Hey everyone, in our last trigonometry graph that you need to at least be familiar with would be the tangent x graph. Once again, I'm just going to sketch the graph first to give you the general idea of the shape. Alright, so this time I'm going to start from the negative x portion side, just to show you the general shape. I'm just going to end here. I'm going to draw a bit more. Then, okay, now it looks like, strips of ribbon, and that's actually the point of the tangent x graph, right? So I'm gonna add more lines in so that you can get a better understanding on what's actually going on, right? Now, reason why they're broken out is because I want you guys to remember this. For the value of tangent x, right, there's actually no value for at x equals to pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and basically so on and so forth, and obviously backwards, right? At these particular values, is indefinite, right? Y has no value, in a sense, right? Because, well, if you understand the idea of tangent x, is sine x over cosine x. At pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, basically odd numbers times pi over 2, cosine x would be 0. And we know that you cannot divide by 0. And that's why y has no value, aka y is indefinite. Right? You get math error, right, if you put it in your graphing calculator or your scientific calculator. So once again, right, if you look at the period of a tangent x graph, I would say it's actually 2 pi still. It's better to think of it as 2 pi because you have a positive and then you have a negative positive and then you have a negative again. So the idea is that this tangent x graph is actually very simple. You just need to know that it does not have a value at pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, basically odd numbers times pi over 2, and it intersects the graph at pi, right? Or, well, I kind of forgot about degrees, so 180 degrees for pi over 2 is 90 degrees, 270 degrees, and so on, right? So obviously in this case, it'll be plus minus 180 degrees, 180k degrees, and of course here will be plus minus pi k. All right. So this is a tangent x graph. There's really nothing much to actually talk about because it's just like strips of ribbon, and the period is still 2 pi. So just take note of this. Is basically 2 strips, but for the first and the last portion, the first 90 degrees and the last 90 degrees, it's split between the positive and the negative side. All right. So this is the tangent x graph.